Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining me today with Mountpac here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install the gears on a crankshaft here. Um, and it's the things that you'll need is a hot plate here. Just a regular hot plate that plugs in, and there's a high and low. And then you're going to need a gear set. You can buy them at your Volkswagen automotive parts shop here. And then this is the actual crankshaft here. So you're going to have to get your bearings prior to your main bearings, prior to the install of your gears. And then I'll go through the install of these gears, but just real quick, the set comes. Where's the? Sorry. Anyway, so the gear set comes with this main gear, this little spacer, this gear that goes to the drive shaft for the distributor, and then you got a keeper there, and then here's your bearing as well, and then it comes with this, and then mine came with these Woodruff keys for the pulleys and the gear set. Oh, you can't see it, but maybe you can see it right here. Oh, no, you can't see it, but there's a groove in these that you put on the gears. And then one thing to remember is, which I'll probably say later on too, is this right here is two little marks for your timing. So you want to make sure that faces the pulley end of your crankshaft, not the flywheel end. And then the other thing to remember too is make sure your dowel holes face the flywheel. If you mess up, then you'll have to take off your gears and restart.
So I have a engine stand that I put a gland nut on to install the crankshaft gears here. I've also seen it done where you put the flywheel on the end of the crankshaft and tighten it, hand tighten the gland nut and put it on a bench and have the crankshaft sticking straight up towards the ceiling. That works as well. You want to get some gears. These ones are new that I'm getting. You can pick them up at your Volkswagen supplier. You want to make sure that the timing two marks there face the pulley, which is away from the flywheel. Those are going to be your timing marks there. You got your gear spacer. That's the distributor drive gear. That's another spacer. So these two gears are the ones that we have to heat up. I'm going to put them on my hot plate and then turn on the hot plate. So you'll know when these are good to go when it starts smoking, like really smoking. So I attempted to do it before it was ready, and I got the gear stuck. So once it gets on there, it cools down, and then it doesn't work anymore. So while I'm checking this off, so right now the crank is cold, and you're heating up the gears to expand them. And so when you heat them up, the molecules expand, get more excited, and then the circle or the hole in the middle of the gear gets larger, just enough so it slips right in over the crankshaft there, and you can put the gear on. But once you put them on, you have to have this special, puller to pull the gears off of your crankshaft. It's a really cool tool. Now I want to clean up the woodruff key that's on the crankshaft for the big gear. And then I use assembly lube, the engine assembly lube, to put onto the area where the bearings are going to go. And then I put some on the bearing as well. This one's kind of fun because you got to go through everything, and you don't want to get too much on where the gears go. Technically, where the gears are, you don't need any grease or lubricant to get those on. The gears are very hot. See, it's all steaming because it's so hot. That gear or that spacer you don't have to heat up. And then that is the drive gear, and that just goes right onto that. And then I have special pliers that pulls this keeper pin apart, or ring, whatever you want to call it. Oftentimes I take a screwdriver and a hammer and I hit the side of this spring keeper to make sure it's nice and seated into the groove that it's supposed to go in. Like I said before, these are new. Sometimes the old ones have an easier install. Here's a screwdriver and hammer. It's just barely tapping. I'm not tapping it too hard, just tapping it so the pen moves. Now I'm going to put the other main bearing on as well. So the timing mark is right there. And if you watch my other videos, that goes into the camshaft gear. And and don't forget, when you place these main bearings on, that you put the dowel pull towards the flywheel. If you don't do that, then you'll have to get a special gear puller and pull off all the gears and redo it. And so the next piece is this metal. It kind of goes contrary to what you think. You think it would concave into the case, but it doesn't. You want to make sure the concave part goes out of towards the out of the engine. I'm not sure exactly why, but obviously the oil hits it and it slings back into the engine. There's the woodruff key for the pulley, and I'm going to grab a pulley and kind of test fit it, make sure it's in enough. And I usually, when I install pulleys, I have put some of the engine assembly lube on there, and it slips on really nice.
And then there's this gear puller that you'll have to buy, specially made just for the Volkswagen, so it goes in between the sorry, I wish it goes in between these two, this bearing and the gear. And then you'll have to have this off. You have to have your woodruff keys off, specifically this one, which it's fun to take off usually. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work and effort. What else here? This is something that's kind of unrelated to the gears, but I like to mark my main bearings so I know exactly where half case is. So I mark it on either side, and since it's dry on that side, it probably will never come off. I've had issues with cases before where something happened to them. I don't know exactly what right now, but when you take them apart, the gears still have, or excuse me, the bearings still have what? So anyway, this is these items. The crankshaft has been reground, and then main bearings are brand new, and this gear set's new. So everything on this is brand new, and so I'm not going to be taking off the gears here, but essentially it goes into this hole, and then you have a 19mm wrench that goes on this side, and then as you tighten this rod pushes against the crankshaft, and in turn this plate right here pulls the gears and components off of the crankshaft, so you can do whatever you need to do, keep the gears or whatever, and then you can put the new gears on. Alright, so there you go. Pretty simple. Comment below if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And right now I'm working on rebuilding a 1641, so that's what this crankshaft is out of. And so look for those. They're called 1641 1126 2020. So 112620 1641 engine rebuild. Thanks so much. Have a great day.